Number 15. LA Cam Capture. Something eerie was captured on camera in North LA, and Redditor I Survive on Coffee is asking the community what it could possibly be. Watch closely. Some in the comments say that the surf is a known way for extraterrestrials to slow blend into the human community. Redditor High Speed Chase writes that extraterrestrials disguise themselves as surfers by landing and paddling in on a board so that no one realizes anything. But others are looking for another explanation. SD SurfX writes, I don't see any waves or white water around that movement. Looks like maybe a shadow from an aircraft overhead. Some are suggesting a plane or a drone. Others think it's something underwater, like the silhouette of a large fish, or even the Kraken. Still others think it's just birds. Current Brain 1983 explains why, writing that low-resolution laggy camera distorts the image. I think the compression algorithm is to blame. While any one of these practical theories may be right, many are still left wondering. Are we being invaded? Number 14. The Figure. Someone is watching TikToker Joshua Luke as she experiences paranormal activity in her home. A tour of the place reveals something unsettling.
De juguetes, mis hijos, los únicos pues juguetes que tengo. Ay, canijo. Y es que también no sé si sea aquí en el baño.
Did you see it? A figure appears to be sitting in the next room, watching her. She doesn't notice the figure in real time, but as her tour continues, she does notice this.
Sí me saca muchísimo susto porque la verdad después estoy sola. Ay, Dios mío santo, no manches, no manches. Ahí está la mona, pero lo que no manches, no. El refrigerador está abierto. Ay, Dios mío, que habrá atrás del refrigerador.
Something has opened her refrigerator, but no one is at home. Moments later, as she continues through the rooms, a voice is heard.
Estoy muy asustada. Ay, Dios mío santo.
It's unclear what the voice says, but it's definitely audible, and it's thoroughly creepy.
Estoy muy asustada. Ay, Dios mío santo.
Many in the comments are saying a priest is needed here ASAP. Priests can exorcise a home of malevolent spirits through oils, incense, blessings, prayer, and the reading of scripture. These rituals vary depending on the severity of the haunting, but the overall goal is to cleanse the home of any spiritual presence and restore peace. And judging by this, this place needs a serious cleansing. Number 13. Figure in the window. What you're about to see will send shivers down your spine. TikToker Terrorus Nocturnos shares this footage of a seemingly everyday window washing. But watch closely and you'll see something incredibly out of place and incredibly disturbing. Did you see it? A woman in white is standing on the roof opposite. With long dark hair, the ghostly figure looks straight out of a horror movie. Some are saying it's pareidolia, but others believe it's physically there, or at least metaphysically, if it's a ghost. TikToker George333 writes, "As soon as the window cleaner passes by, you can see that it moves." It does appear to move slightly at this point. Some are saying it's La Llorona, but she usually hangs out near bodies of water, not on rooftops. Is this phantom one we have yet to come across? All we can know for sure is she's not pareidolia. Number 12. Eyes in the Forest. TikToker Briscoe Park often shoots eerie videos in secluded nature at night, and this one does not disappoint. Watch for what's watching. Eyes gleam from the darkness before darting off in haste. Later in the video, the eyes appear again amidst some bushes across the water. Can you see them? Further on, something appears to skip a rock toward him from across the lake. Is it the creature he's been pursuing? Whatever it is, its eye shine tells us it's an animal of some kind, or something animal-like with night vision. Either way, it's doubtfully something you'd want to run into out there. Number 11. Bigfoot. If you've ever doubted the existence of Bigfoot, this footage might convert you. YouTuber The Paranormal Portal shares the Freeman footage, an old recording of a man tracking Bigfoot. And the man is hot on his trail.
Oh yeah, here's where. Yeah, he's come down. Oh, he's come down, went back up both. Yeah.
As he follows Bigfoot's tracks, he also starts hearing his movements.
Can't see much up through here. I hear the brush popping and stuff.
And that's when he lays eyes on the enormous creature.
Oh, there he goes.
Instead of running in the opposite direction, he follows, and he captures a pair of Bigfoots nearby.
There's two of them, I guess. Man.
The original footage was captured by former U.S. Forest Service employee Paul Freeman in 1994 in the Blue Mountains of Washington State. The tape is one of the most discussed pieces of evidence in the search for Bigfoot due to the creature's distinct gait and the level of detail captured. While some believe it to be compelling evidence of Bigfoot's existence, others argue it could be a hoax or a person in a costume. What do you think? Is this the real deal? Or is it just noise? Number 10. The Mist. A murky mystery unfurls amidst mist and fog, and this one is particularly unsettling. Redditor Big Chemistry 614 was alerted by Blink to an abnormal mist at around 4:30 in the morning. Take a look. They say their apartment temp is usually set at around 68 degrees, so this isn't likely related to the cold. Redditor Silver Drag in the comments thinks there's a car driving by, and many agree. Muffin Man 6938 is one of them. They share their own first-hand experience, writing, "I get the same thing in my basement all the time on my camera. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not paranormal. I'm thinking dust kicking up at the same time a car drives by. Others think it's a cobweb or water vapor, but some are getting a paranormal vibe." Elderberry General 662 writes, "I can feel multiple spirits." Leah Marie agrees, writing, "Without a doubt, that is dead people." Spiritual Alarm 3932 also adds to this. "I've seen a ghost mist like this in one room in my house. It's the one room in my house I don't feel comfortable sleeping in." It is true that spirits often appear in the form of mist or fog, as both are manifestations that reflect their non-physical, transient nature. Being that they lack a solid, material body, the misty appearance suggests their ability to shift between realms or dimensions. The mist may also be a method by which spirits feed upon ambient energy, drawing moisture or particles into the air to make themselves visible. This ghostly vapor makes it easier for spirits to be perceived by the living. While this may honestly just be, as some have said, dust or vapor captured by the light of a passing car. It may also be what some feel it is, a spirit attempting to reveal itself. Number 9. Hair pull. While some ghosts are just misty manifestations, others are mischief makers. Redditor JM Godinez 13 captured this unsettling paranormal activity on camera. Keep an eye on the woman's hair. Did you see it? Something appears to give the lady's hair a yank. The Redditor writes that they were in the dining room when their cousin felt something push her hair, though nobody was behind her. Some in the comments think the woman's reaction is off. She seems unconcerned about having her hair yanked by an invisible force. But Lobo Azul 97 disagrees. They write, "When my girlfriend and I saw a chair moving by its own, we didn't scream or run. We just stood quietly, trying to comprehend what we just saw." Her reaction or non-reaction aside, others' attention has been diverted to what's hanging on the wall. Redditor Ghostboy95 jokes, "You're gonna need a bigger cross." But it might not be a joke at all. This family may really need an exorcism. Although some point to the ceiling fan as a potential cause, others note that it's not actively blowing her hair throughout the rest of the video. So, what gives? The OP addresses naysayers in the comments, writing that considering their utter lack of tech savvy, they were amused that some Redditors believed the situation had been edited or staged. Though acknowledging that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, the OP doesn't believe the fan was responsible either, since her hair would have been moving the entire time if it were. Additionally, their uncle, who was wearing the red shirt, has special needs, and their mother has a nanny cam to check on him and the dogs when they're away, which is why the camera was set up. Despite some pushback, many in the comments believe this is legit. Some might wonder why a ghost would pull someone's hair, and there are several reasons. Spirits are believed to draw energy from their surroundings to interact with the physical world. Tugging hair could be their way of getting attention, expressing frustration, or attempting to make a connection, especially if they feel ignored or want to convey a message. This can often be startling, which could be exactly what the spirit intends to achieve. Now that the spirit has our attention, the question is, what does it want? Number 8. Backyard Apparition. A semi-transparent figure appears to drift across Redditor Federal Swim 9423's backyard in this creepy footage. Take a look. This was picked up by the OP's motion capture camera, and they say they've never seen anything like it. Redditor Mad Adventures writes, "Whatever it is, it's like 12 feet tall. Some in the comments think it's a Bigfoot traveling between dimensions." Redditor HRH Everything Else writes, "Those shows say they pop in and out of our dimension. This one is stuck in the middle." Joey G adds, "I heard Bigfoot can cloak." Many in the comments find these concepts intriguing. And it is true that some theories within the Bigfoot community do believe that the infamously elusive creature might possess the ability to cloak itself or shift between dimensions. This could explain why the creature is so elusive, leaving behind little physical evidence despite numerous sightings. The concept of dimensional travel implies that Bigfoot might have access to alternate realities, allowing it to disappear at will. Similarly, cloaking theories propose that it can blend in with its surroundings or use some form of camouflage to remain unseen. Others in the comments are more prone to believing this figure is a ghost, with some saying it could be a ghost riding a horse. Wasabi Constant suggests it's a residual ghost, which is believed to walk the same path over and over in a loop. Still others think it could be a tall basketball-playing phantom. And they might be onto something. In the end, One-Eyed Winner wins Reddit with the comment, "If you build it, they will dunk." Number 7. Shadow Figure. Redditor Kara Forever 2084 believes they've captured a shadow figure on camera. The evidence was captured on their friend's phone, and they filmed the clip from that phone. Take a look. The OP provides some backstory in the comments. They say they've lived on the 2-acre property since around 2000. It included 3 houses, 2 of which were built in the 1930s and relocated there sometime before 1980. From the start, an unsettling energy seemed to linger on the land, but things took a darker turn around 2017. Around that time, a woman named Karen lived on the property. She fell into a deep spiral, spending days on end drunk and isolated in her room. She'd mutter to herself, fight with furniture, and on one occasion even called the police, claiming a dresser had assaulted her. But upon closer inspection, the scratches on her body and her torn shirt suggested something more sinister. Perhaps even a possession. One night, things escalated when Karen attempted to gouge out her mother-in-law's eyes. When Dave brought Karen and his wife to seek help, they found Karen with eyes as black as coal. It wasn't the first time, but this time, Karen had no memory of the event. The mother-in-law in question, Dottie, pulled the OP aside, confessing her fear of being alone with Karen. She felt that something evil had taken over her and feared it would never allow her to regain control. The OP then had the house blessed, using holy water to mark crosses on every doorframe, though Karen's room could only be marked from the outside. Despite discouragement, they prayed for Dottie's safety until they could bring in a priest. Thankfully, the protections held, and Dottie eventually moved into a new home where she passed away peacefully. But that wasn't the end of the story. After that incident in 2017, paranormal activity ramped up. No longer were there just the usual creaks of a settling house. Now there were thumps, bumps, banging doors, squealing hinges, and even indistinct conversations that always seemed just out of earshot. It became clear that the more people reacted to these sounds, the more intense the activity grew. In February of this year, Karen passed away. After a few more strange events, everything suddenly quieted down. The OP wonders if whatever took hold of Karen might have left with her in death, although they're not entirely convinced it's gone for good. While some in the comments suggest this is just a person passing the camera, the OP dismisses these suggestions, explaining that there was no one inside the house at the time and that they received a notification when they were all out in the driveway. The backstory is, of course, wildly interesting and attaches some credibility to the theory that this is a shadow figure. Some still believe it's just a person or a bug on the lens. But after hearing about Karen, what do you think? Number 6. Ouija board experiment. Ouija boards are all fun and games until the beyond actually reaches out. TikToker Soil Julio Lopez shares this footage of a woman using a Ouija board solo. And things soon start to get shifty. Did you notice the bottle move? Watch again. Then, a large lock and set of keys starts making its way across the floor. A moment later, the bottle again moves shakily around before falling to the ground.
¿En serio?
Before long, many objects start moving at once, including the camera.
¿Estás molesto?
The woman seems unfazed and even appears to find this demonic energy funny. While some in the comments believe everything is being manipulated, others think this girl is playing with fire. TikToker George Pineda writes, "People don't realize that if they play that cursed game, they're dealing with demons." And he's right. Playing with Ouija boards can have dangerous consequences, according to many paranormal experts. After all, by doing so, you're inviting any spirit or entity in and can open a portal to malevolent forces, including demons. Once contact is made, demons might attempt to manipulate the board's users, causing fear, confusion, or even inciting them to harm themselves or others. Reports include strange phenomena like objects moving on their own, unexplained noises, temperature drops, and even physical attacks like scratches or bruises appearing on those involved. In more severe cases, individuals may experience feelings of possession where a demon tries to control their thoughts, emotions, or actions. Even more terrifying is when a session is closed improperly. Failing to sever the connection can leave the portal wide open, allowing the demon to linger and potentially escalate its influence. So, this is more than playing with fire. It's playing with a fire starter. Number 5. Wispy Figure. A wispy fog-like figure floats across the room in this creepy footage shared by TikToker Olivia Twist Mysteries. Watch closely. Some in the comments are saying it's a cobweb or some other object floating in front of the camera. But others have more unusual theories. TikToker Soul Pouring writes, "It's just a person in astral. We all go astral when asleep." Going astral refers to experiencing an astral projection or out-of-body experience, where the consciousness or spirit separates from the physical body and travels into the astral plane. The astral plane is considered a non-physical realm, often described as a dimension that exists parallel to the physical world, but is more fluid and less bound by physical laws. During astral projection, a person's astral form can observe their surroundings, move freely, and even travel to different locations or dimensions, often while their physical body remains in a state of deep relaxation or sleep. People who claim to experience astral projection often report sensations like floating, seeing their own body from above, or interacting with other entities in the astral realm. So while this may not be a ghost, it may be something entirely metaphysical. And some might argue that's way more intriguing. Number 4. Laughing wolves. Have you ever heard a wolf laugh? Neither have I. But YouTuber Outdoor Boys claims that that's what this sound is that he heard outside of his tent in the Alaskan wilderness.
Got the fireplace turned around so I can work on it a bit. You hear that?
Some animals do produce human-like laughter sounds. They use these noises as social signals, indicating playfulness or communication. Kookaburras, for instance, are birds whose calls resemble human laughter. But they're home in Australian forests, and these campers are in Alaska. A woodpecker might be more likely, although their laughs are a bit more piercing and maniacal. Could it be a barred owl? These creatures often make a sound that resembles human laughter. Alternatively, fox barks can sometimes sound like playful laughter. But this mysterious creature's low laugh is difficult to pinpoint. It's hard to tell if this is even an animal, but most would probably not jump to it being a wolf. It sure doesn't sound like one. However, Outdoor Boys writes that this noise was heard around sunset, and later they heard wolves howling in the woods around them. Many say they wouldn't have stayed until later after hearing this. That doesn't sound animal or human. Number 3. School ghost. Some potential paranormal activity was captured on security camera at this school on a Saturday. Redditor HR Wiener shares the footage, wondering what the people of Reddit think. Most are sure this can be explained. Redditor God's Reprise writes, "Part of me thinks it wasn't put in properly and was leaning against the door, and the doors for these were super easy to open back when I worked around them." While many agree, the OP explains in the comments that this is a defibrillator and the door has an alarm when it opens. Setting the door alarm aside, some suggest that a minor earthquake could have caused the door to burst ajar and the object to fall. What do you think is going on here? Is a ghost trying to retrieve the defibrillator to bring themselves back to life? It's anyone's guess. Number 2. Door opens. When you think you're going crazy, bring your evidence to Reddit. That's what Redditor RightLine8791 did to try and debunk this strange experience. The OP gives a little background for added context. They explained that they were sitting on their bed watching a movie when their door slowly pushed open. At first, they assumed it was just their cat, waiting for it to wander in. But nothing happened. Next, they figured it might be a draft from the window, so they closed both the window and the door. But just a few minutes later, the door swung open again, and at the end of the clip, it closes on its own. The OP says they ended up sitting there, talking to the door like it was going to respond.
Do it again.
They also write that the video hasn't been altered, aside from a few cuts made for clarity. To rule out possible explanations, they turned off the fan and shut the window before recording the footage, though viewers will have to take their word for it. While many in the comments are saying it's just a draft or air pressure, others see something else. They believe the doorknob rotated. Are you seeing the same? It might be caused by a draft, but then again, maybe a ghost just let itself in. Number 1. Relax. This spirit is so chill, he wants you to relax. Redditor RetroBabe924 shares doorbell footage of what they believe may be a legit EVP. Listen closely. The OP is wondering if this sounds like outside background noise, or if they actually did just capture something paranormal. Many in the comments don't think it could be environmental. Redditor Runa Lunar writes, "It kinda sounds like a kid when they go into pterodactyl mode, the screechiness of it." Others think it's a bird, but still others think it's mildly concerning. Admirable Candy 2025 writes, "Well, that certainly is not relaxing. Whether it's a ghost, a hacker, or something creeping around the doorbell, one thing's for sure, this voice will turn your frown upside down."